Doc, I'm also going to activate the phone lines, but I feel like we can do all on WhatsApp because lots of messages just trickling in. Here's one says, very good subjects. The egg donation issue. May I know if the donor is revealed to the recipient during the legal process? That's a question that has just come through.
Yeah, good question. So there are two options. Some couple would say, so the woman says, I have a young niece I will bring. So they do their own arrangement.
Okay.
And then she comes along. We also have the concept of the anonymous donor, where the couple do not know the donor in identity. But I will provide information. She's a 24-year-old, done with university, has one child, hails from Eastern, Western, Upper West, this region, for 7 feet tall, 6 feet tall, fair in complexion, blah, blah, blah.
Is it expensive?
It is.
Is it like a one-time kind of payment?
Yes, it is. Because typically, like I said, if you have multiple eggs, you could have the chance to freeze the excess so that in case the first treatment she doesn't get pregnant, you don't have to go over the whole procedure. You just use the frozen eggs that you thaw, fertilize, and then.
All right. Here's another one that says, on fibroids, had miscarriage, the doctor told me to remove, otherwise I can't get pregnant. If I get pregnant and remove it during surgery, I will bleed. The size of the fibroid is now 8.9. I don't know if you understand that. 8.9.
Yeah.
And is it intramural?
Intramural, yeah.
Okay. Want to get pregnant and remove it during surgery. Can I do that? My pregnancy was 7 weeks and I had, is it blighted ovum?
Blighted ovum, yeah.
27 years. Okay, so that's a 27-year-old sending us this message.
Right. I appreciate the detail. So the fibroids, we classify them based on their location. So those that are within the wall of the womb here is the intramural one. So this is intramural. This is right underneath the inner lining, so it's called submucous.
Okay.
And then this is towards the outside, it's called subserosum. So she's saying her fibroids are within the wall. These ones typically would not cause problem with pregnancy staying unless they are very big.
Okay. Can you please point that again? Because the camera wasn't picking when you were saying that.
Right, okay. So we said this one is within the wall of the womb.
Okay.
So that is intramural. This is the wall of the womb. This, on the other hand, is sticking out into the inner part of the womb where the baby stays. So that is called submucous.
Okay.
This is also another bad one, sticking right into the cavity and hanging. This, on the other hand, is parts in the wall and mostly to the outside.
Okay.
So this wouldn't cause such problems as the recurrent pregnancy losses. It will be due to those two.
Okay. So I guess that's why the issue of you can when you can have during the surgery to take the baby out, we can take the fibroid out as well.
We do that in selected cases. We call it cesarean myomectomy. Myomectomy is the removal of the fibroid. So if you're doing it during the cesarean section, it's called cesarean myomectomy. You need to have the expertise to do it. You need to have experience at it. You need to make sure the woman's blood level is okay. You need to have a backup blood so that in case, because there's a tendency to bleed a bit more.
Okay.
And so that you are well covered.
So in that case, you're not doing vaginal birth?
No. So we plan it. But sometimes it's just necessary because the fibroid is towards the lower part of the uterus. So there's no way the baby can even come past it.
Okay.
So you need to do surgery, get a fibroid out first before you have access to the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's something that can be safely
So
done.
here's Peter from Nungwa, says we're both 45. We're still looking for just one. After 3 years, we suffered 2 miscarriages, one in 2013 and the second in 2016.
Right.
What could our problem be, Dr. Sefogah?
Yeah. This is the first man on it. So what it means is...
And he says we.
We, which is very good, He's a part of it, which is what we appreciate. So it could be one of several possibilities, including probable age-related issues, like we said. So they need to approach a point of care.
Okay.
We discuss the options, including the use of IVF with a donor egg.
Okay.
Because the woman at 45 who's lost 2 probably has problem with her egg quality.
Okay.
We could use some supplements to see if we can improve that, but having lost 2, the chances may be to lean towards assisted reproduction with the use of donor eggs.
Okay. All right. Here's one says, Doc, I have a problem with my menstruation. It comes for only 3 days, and because of that, I can't do the counting very well to know when I'm ovulating, and I want to get pregnant too. Kindly educate me on that.
Of course. So for us to be happy, your menstrual flow should last anything between 2 to 8 days. So menstruating for 3 days is absolutely no problem at all. It could be that she used to bleed for longer and now it's calmed down. It could just be an age-related hormonal changes. It's not a problem.
Okay.
So that to be able to tell when you're ovulating depends on how long your menstrual cycles are. For instance, the September flow came on this date, October flow came on this date. If you count the number of days in between, most women have 28 days. So that 14 days to the next flow, that is when the woman would ovulate. Okay, so if your cycle is 28, right at the middle, you ovulate. If your cycle is 30, you ovulate around day 16. That's how we simply do it. Okay,
all right.
So that's a rough guide.
Okay, here's Kay from Accra. My wife is 8 months pregnant, but the stomach is very small. You want to know if it's normal? She's slim. Okay, let me ask something more. This one says, I'm Susie. I have 2 boys after my second child, who is currently 3 years. I've been trying to get pregnant, but to no avail. I'm 36. Could that be a sign of menopause, or could it be due to the family planning I did after my second child? You didn't tell us which of the family planning methods I think is useful, right?
It is, but there is the misconception that some of the family planning methods do delay fertility, but return to fertility is almost immediate in most of them. In a few...
How about the ones that are hormonal?
Yes, once we stop, the hormonals are typically the pills, the injectables, or the implants. Once you go off the pill, which is why people on the pill, they miss it, they get pregnant. Or the injection, you miss it. So we even advise that if your next injection, if you took the last one on 30th, the next one should be on 29th.
Okay.
Because return to fertility is immediate.
How about IUD?
IUD, we take it out today, you ovulate tomorrow, you can get pregnant the next day.
I heard a story, and I don't know if it's true. I think it is, or it could be, that somebody gave birth and the thing was in the baby's head.
I've heard that before. We just laughed it off.
Okay, because that scares me, because I want IUD.
No, you don't have to get scared. I mean, there is a very, very tiny failure rate. Okay, so the failure happens if the loop gets displaced. And so it gets displaced, the pregnancy happens. Fortunately, the pregnancy is still within the womb. It did not go into the tubes to cause an ectopic. And so it coexists with the baby. When baby comes out, that loop comes out. But it's a very, very rare thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm trying to read the messages in terms of, you know, first come, like,
right.
you know, but right. it's getting a bit confusing because the messages are just trickling in loads. But there are quite a number of people who are also asking to see you or to get a personal contact. So I don't know if there's a place that you want to direct them to. Let me read some more messages while you make up your mind on that.
No
this one
problem.
says, my name is Naima. I have been having my period twice a month and it stops after 3 days. Can it be fibroid? I'm 34 years. Here's another question. It says, okay, this is how to get in touch with you. Got lots of questions, lots of, you know, comments about how to get in touch. This one says very educated program. Must be, okay, all right. Samuel from Akimoda, thank you very much for the comment on the camera. This one says, apart from fibroid, I was told I have an abnormal growth and with IVF 8 times now pregnancy. I'm not sure I understand that. That's simply what the message is. Apart from fibroid, I was told I have an abnormal growth and with IVF 8 time now pregnancy.
Okay. So it means because she was told that because of the abnormal growth, she couldn't get pregnant even with IVF until the 8th time before she got pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So most likely one of the abnormal growths of the uterus or the ovaries. There's a common one we call endometriosis, which is a very troublesome one.
Okay.
Severe menstrual pains and difficulty conceiving, because it tends to also damage the tubes.
Okay.
That may have been it. But
All
then
right.
IVF helps to solve that.
Okay. Kweku says your marriage is at the stage of collapse. Well, it shouldn't be, and that's easy for me to say. It shouldn't be because you don't have a child. He's asking for a contact. Says, can a post-menopausal woman of 50 years have a successful IVF? And you can box this up with the menstrual question 2 times. Yeah.
Great. Yes. So, yeah, like I said, for us to be happy with your menstrual flow, anything between 2 to 8 days, we are good. And the interval between 21 to 35 days is normal. If you are above 50 years, the oldest woman we have treated with IVF who got pregnant here in Ghana was 56 years.
Okay.
So it's very possible. Yeah, it's possible. It only means that we are going to use a donor's egg, but otherwise it's very possible.
Okay. We can't possibly do all these. All these are questions directed at you.
Yes.
Kwabena from Pokwase also wanted a contact.
Yeah, if you talk to the front desk.
Here's a number to reach. Who are you speaking to? Do they ask?
Yeah, once the front desk will
okay.
take
all right. So you can take this number down. It's 0302 631 880. 0302 631 880. I guess you can tell the person who answers that you want to book an appointment, and then they can schedule you.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Very correct.
Okay. All right, Doc. We have to do this again after the part 2 airs today, because we have lots of comment, and I think people are right.
Yeah.
We don't spend enough time talking about this issue that affects
openly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it just tells you how big a problem it is. And so many couples are bottling it up in, which doesn't help. You know, we need to talk about how to even prevent it. We touched briefly on fertility preservation. We need to be able to also
we can prevent it.
I mean, yes, of course.
Okay.
Because, for instance,
that will be our next conversation then.
No problem. Yeah, that's the way to go. Prevent it, and also what are the options of getting it addressed early enough.
Okay.
Removing some of the financial barriers, making the concept of adoption more acceptable.
Okay.
We need to talk about voluntary infertility.
Okay.
Because believe you me, it's not every couple who really want to bear children.
Yeah.
In Europe, because the concept is well established, you don't go poking your nose, it's my neighbor, they've been married for 4 years. No, you probably assume they are having that idea of being voluntary infertile. But in our society, so we need to talk a bit more about it.
I think one of the things I also wanted us to explore, can I check, I'm not trying to get pregnant, but can I check if I have fibroid? Because you said you could have fibroid. That was not a personal comment. Derek Akosa, my producer. That's not a personal, but I'm just, can you just walk in and check if you have anything in if you have fibroid?
Yes. I mean, for the sake of those personalizing, let's say, can I? Of course, yes. So we encourage women to get checked at least once or twice in a year.
Okay.
Walk through to your gynae, have a quick scan, would examine you, take a bit of history, do an ultrasound, which is nothing radiation. And if there's a fibroid growing, we'll be able to see. If there's an ovarian cyst, which is also a common problem, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
What type is it? Is it a type that will interfere with your hormones or not? Then we advise.
Okay.
And then the pap smear thing.
All right. Okay.
Every 2 years you need one.
Doc,
so, yes.
Thank you. You've been fantastic. That's Dr. Promise Emmanuel Sefogah, who is a consultant obstetrician, gynecologist, and fertility specialist. Of course, this is television. It's public. You might want to have a more private time. Here's a contact number to call again. 0302 631 880. 0302 631 880. The second part of Just One will air this evening at 6:30 p.m. We'll have a conversation after that. Stay with us. We still have more conversations coming up here on the AM show, but don't you just hate it when your data runs out right in the middle of something very important? Well, Cefline, Ghana's first and only true 4G LTE network, has introduced a bundle that is guaranteed to give you total peace of mind all throughout the month. Cefline's always on bundles gives you unlimited data that never stops for the whole month. No need for unexpected expenses in the middle of the month on internet data. The always on bundle from Cefline guarantees that. Just dial *718 *77#. star 718 hash 77 hash to purchase an always on bundle today. The always on bundle is also available at Sefline shops, Shell shops, Express Pay, eTransact, Slide Pay, Haptel, and Coba electronic platforms. Sefline always on bundle, pure unlimited bundle that never stops. Sefline, it's about time. Now, after 11 months of preparation and intense training, 2 businesses will be crowned ultimate winners of the 2019 edition of the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge later today. The teams set out to solve problems in the agricultural value chain with their innovative ideas and are vying for the cash prize of $50,000. 120 teams were selected from the 600 entries. By May 2019, the participants were grouped into 4 and 5, creating 21 teams where each team built an innovative business idea using technology. But to see the best out of the rest, the number was dropped to 16, then later to 11 after the second pitch back in July. So which 2 teams will emerge ultimate winners? Agroplast, Cocoa Boye, Thermostore, Air Scarecrow, Coconut World, Climatex, Farm Codie, Prosect Feed, Green Technologies, Farm Class, or Eat Fresh. They were all on the AM show and they shared their innovative ideas with us. Here we go.